All right, so we're inside of the strategy tool. This is the business credit strategy builder. Like I told you, normally it's only available inside of my credit architect program, but you're getting it for free here today. So let me walk you through how to use it and the logic behind it, because this is going to be super helpful as you sit down and really dig into what it is you're actually trying to accomplish for your business and what tools and tactics you're going to use to get there. So everything starts with SMART goals. So when I'm talking about SMART goals, there actually is an acronym that goes with SMART. And that means that the goal has to be specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and time bound. So we're not just going to create these big goals that really have no end in sight to them that we can't really measure. We want to really dig deep and think about what it really is that we're trying to do with our business. So I'm going to unpack one of mine for this year. So one of the things that I said that I wanted to do this year was to fill up my funnel. And if you're not familiar with funnels, it basically is the system that you are using to attract people to your business in order to get them to purchase something from you. So there are several steps that they go through, and eventually the goal is to get them to purchase. So one of the things that we do in business is that we have to look at how we're going to fill up that funnel, because the more people you have inside of your funnel, the more people there are that are likely to purchase from you. So one of my things that I said this year, a big focus for my business, was to fill up my funnel, okay? So one of the tactics that I'm using this year is to build a free Facebook group to bring more people into my funnel. So I'm going to actually start at step one and put that goal in my business. So I'm going to say, Bill, sorry, I can't type. So I'm going to build a free Facebook group with 100 new sign-ups per month. Okay? So very actionable, time-bound goal. I want 100 new sign-ups per month in my free Facebook group. Super actionable goal. And you can list, I normally say only list about 3 to 5 big goals that you want for this year in here, because we don't want to get scope creep. We don't want to get like the squirrel syndrome where you're trying to do all the things and we're not really doing anything impactful. So you want to make sure that you choose 3 or 4 very specific goals that you want to attain this year. I am now going to go to step 2 and say, what are the things that I need to actually achieve this goal? So my goal, once again, was 100 new signups in my free Facebook group this year per month. So I'm going to go in and kind of brainstorm the things that I need. So one of the things that I'm going to actually need to do is create a free Facebook group. Have to do that first. I'm also going to want to do, I'm going to need some graphic design for images and headers. I'm going to need some help with social media marketing, maybe some help with funnel build out, because I don't just want to bring people into the group and not have a funnel in place for them to actually purchase anything after they join the group, right? I'm also going to need maybe some promotional marketing, which is a little bit different from like social media marketing, right? I have to have a big marketing plan in order to do this. So there are a number of different assets that you want to create. And I may want to have some like freebies and giveaways. So let's start there with that list. So I'm sitting in here and brainstorming what I need. So now I'm going over and we're diving into like the credit part right now. After we've brainstormed what we need to achieve our goal, what we're going to do is look at what types of credit and what types of vendors or suppliers that we may need to use in order to reach this goal. So I listed out some things that I need. So let me go over here and say what vendors could potentially help me achieve this goal. So definitely may need to update some website stuff, okay? I'm gonna want some promo items. I like to give away computers as giveaways. So I'm gonna say I want computers and electronics. I also may need some printing done, some digital marketing, some graphic design, some packaging, because if I wanna create like kits for my membership, I'm gonna need that packaging. If I wanna send gifts out to people for joining, I'm gonna need packaging. And then there's some other stuff that I need. I may need some labor and staffing if I wanna bring on a VA or an assistant to help me manage. So this is really your place where you can say, like, this is the type of support that I need to do what I said I needed to achieve these goals. Okay? So now that we've gone and declared like what type of support we can potentially use in reaching our business goals, let's go down to step 4 and say, what can we actually afford to spend monthly on these vendors that we've identified in our business credit kind of initial strategy? And I want you to think about something, because inside of my program, I talk about the concept of expense shifting. And I don't want you to think like all of this is incremental money that you have to spend, but I want you to look at what are the things that you are currently spending in your business. What are you currently spending monthly? And I want you to put that in this box. So don't limit yourself and think like Kendra's saying, I got to spend all this additional money. Just like, what have you allocated already to your business on a monthly basis for spend? Because I can definitely tell you most of the things that you are purchasing now for your business, and even some of the things you're purchasing for your home, you can shift that over into business credit to help you really get your 6-figure business credit strategy going. So I'm just going to put out a number. I'm going to say $250. Okay. And then here, I want you to really think about in step 5, what is your total amount of money that you have projected, or that you think, and this can be a guess up front, that you think you need in order to really reach that goal for this year? And guys, I don't want you to put like $1 billion here. Like, remember, let's be realistic. What do you really need in order to get your business off the ground? And I hear a lot of times people come to me with like very arbitrary numbers that are just like pie in the sky. Like, I need $50,000, I need $100,000. I'm gonna challenge you and ask the question, for what? Okay, so I'm gonna be super realistic. I probably need about 20K to do all of this. And 20K is kind of my number that I know based on the data that I already have for my business, based on what I already spend on Facebook ads, based on what I've already spent on some of these other things. Business probably needs about 20K to hit this one goal, okay? And that's a high-end number. I probably need less than that, but we're gonna give some padding. And then we're gonna just click over here to get my results. Actually, before we do that, I skipped over one step. Let's go back up to the top, because I want you to start out with some assumptions. So this builder won't work, honestly, unless you enter your assumptions first. Sorry, guys. So I'm in the top right-hand corner. What you're going to do is start with 2 numbers that I am going to tell you initially to use. You can always go back and revisit this and change things around. But what I want you to do is to, in this average order per vendor assumption, I want you to put 75. And in your average credit line per vendor, I want you to do 3,500. And then click submit. Okay? So that is the first thing I want you to do. I kind of skipped it. So now that we've gone back and done what should have been step 1, we're going to go to get my results. So as you can see, some things have populated on this page for us, right? A few things have populated on this page. Let me get it a little bit bigger for you guys here. I made it a little bit smaller than it should have been. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, this second page of the Business Credit Strategy Builder is just kind of regurgitated some of the information that you entered in the first page, but it does some kind of smart calculations in here for you. So I'm going to show you what you're looking for. So you said you had about, I said I had about 250 to spend. So that's populated over here. And it's saying based on my monthly budget, I should only be trying to apply for 3 vendors per month. So I had a list of more than 3 vendors that I needed on that first page. But this is telling me based on my budget, I should only be trying to juggle about 3 per month, which is fine, right? So it's also telling me within the next 90 days, I should roughly have about 10 vendor accounts, which is more than the 8 that I said I needed my business to grow. It also is letting me know, just a little bit of projection, that if I keep on this pace, if I actually do what I said I was going to do in that first page, I should be at about 175% of my business funding goal within the year. So once again, super strategic is letting you know where you are landing. It lets you know and kind of gut check if your strategy and your goals are aligned on that first page. So now it's actually time to get tactical and to get into the last page of this strategy and start building out your action plan on what you're going to do and who you're going to actually use. So let's get it done. I'm going to click on strategy, and I've already pre-populated a few things, but what I'm going to ask you to do in this business credit action plan is to now prioritize. So guys, I wish we could do all the things at all the times, but unfortunately, this process takes a little bit of prioritization. So what I want you to do is to go back and look at those vendors that you said you needed in this initial strategy page. And in your action plan, I'm going to ask you to stack rank them. And stack rank them based on how important it is to reach your goal. That's step 1. But also the second lens I want you to use for this is what steps do you need to take first in order to reach your goal? So you kind of actually have to build out a project plan for this. So if I say that the first thing I need to do in my business is to actually create the Facebook group, I probably need a little bit of graphic design. I am graphic design challenged, okay? Y'all don't want me designing anything, it'll be terrible. So I know that I need a little bit of help with the graphic design. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that as my number 1 thing. I need somebody to design the cover images for me, somebody to design some of my power posts that I wanna put in there. The second thing I'm going to need is some digital marketing. Because now, step 1 for me in my plan was to design that image to actually create that Facebook group. So now I want to get a marketing strategy behind it. So that's going to be the second thing. Okay. The third thing that I need, maybe some promotional marketing. And guys, this isn't limited to your list that you created. You can actually, I left it open so you can choose whatever you need. You literally just go down the list and say, like, in order of operations, in order of importance, these are the things that I need. And remember, this says now that I only should be doing 3 per month. So what you're gonna do is go down here, step 2, and enter the month you're gonna start. So if you're gonna start in March, let's just go ahead and enter March, or April, let's say. Okay, and as you see, this is going to populate for you your months for your action plan. So all you're gonna do is go in and copy over your vendors. So 1, 2, 3, because remember, I can only do 3 per month. The next one are gonna be 4, 5, I can't type. 4, 5, and 6. And so now we know that our first vendor was graphic design. Put that over there. Our second one was digital marketing. Our third one was promo marketing. So I know that in my first month now, as I'm building out my 6-figure strategy, these are the first 3 vendors I'm going to be going after. This is the type of credit that I'm going to be looking for my business. Now that it's time to go to month 2, I know that in May, I'm going to be looking at, let me put another vendor over here. Let's say I wanted to do my computers and electronics. So I would come down here, vendor number 4 would be computers and electronics. And this is very specific based on your business type. So I have a lot of clients who they may own salons. Your first one may be, I need a vendor that's going to give me credit that'll help me get supplies for my salon. If you sell products that are physical products, you may need to get credit from your wholesaler or your supplier for your products. So this is going to look different based on where your business is. But this is going to give you the structure and the strategy to actually know what you're doing instead of just kind of going in and trying to build your business credit blindly. This is a living, breathing document. So I want you to use it and to update it as your business grows, as you have shifts in your business, as you get more data to understand how your business is performing. Go back and update this. This doesn't have to be stagnant. If you reach if I reach my 100 new signups per month, like say I blow it out the water in the first month, I'm going to go back and shift my goal. Right? I'm going to go back and shift my goal, which may in turn shift my strategy. So use this as a living, breathing document to keep your business credit strategy updated, to keep it fresh, so that you have the roadmap, which is right here, your roadmap on how you should actually go about building your six-figure business credit strategy. Guys, I hope this was helpful. I look forward to seeing you on the Business Credit and Strategy Master Class.